has the Cowboys pulling off this upset. RJ said bet the points. He also said bet the over in the opener. Now, I'm 2-0 early on, picking the game and picking against Vegas. 7-point spread. Bengals are the favorites. Peyton, did you have the Tampa Bay winning week 1 as well?
Yes, I did.
All right, so we're undefeated as a show. What happens on Sunday? 877-881-1053, truckwreck.com text line. RJ, how you betting it and how you picking it straight up and why along, and then we'll get to your 5 things in a second.
I am betting it Cowboys +7. And the reason for that, and look, I'm this is going to be the most RJ choppy statement, explanation, sentence, paragraph, whatever. I think the Cowboys lose by double digits. But the value of a 7-point bet when the difference between Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott in Vegas is 6 points, not 10, which is what it went to from 2.5 to now 7.5. The value of the 10 points, you're basically getting an extra 4 points. That is something I don't like to pass up when Vegas gives you that. So I'm going to take the 7, knowing the likelihood is I'm going to lose. So I think they lose by 10. I think they lose 24-14.
24-14.
Yeah, I think it's a low-scoring game. I think the Cowboys, their defense, they may actually get a defensive touchdown here in this one. The Cowboys' defense this is going to be one of those, this is going to be like that Tebow Denver year. The defense comes to play. They step up.
So game 1 sold you on the defense?
Look, yes, kind of. I don't know how much that was just Tom was rusty because he missed 11 days of camp.
Right.
We'll find out, as the season goes on. But I think the defense keeps him in, competitive until Dak comes back.
Peyton, who you picking and why?
So I got the Bengals, low-scoring game, 24-13. I think the Cowboys defense can keep it close. I think they absolutely pick apart La'el Collins in that offensive line. I'm going 4
The
sacks.
Cowboys expose La'el Collins?
Yes, I do. I think so. I think they target him. I think D-Law talked about it yesterday on G-Bag and stuff, so I think the defense feasts. I'm going 4 sacks total for the Cowboys defense.
Okay. But they lose. I'm going to go 28-13 Cincy.
Man, we're all right around there. Same point total.
The only reason, it could be 30. The only reason it's not going to be more, they'll be running the clock out in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a beatdown. Jamar Chase is going to torch Trayvon Diggs, depending on how much Diggs is matched up with him. This is not the type of receiver that Trayvon wants to see. They're going to come in here ticked off and mad. You heard saw the stat about Joe Burrow after multiple turnover games. They had a pretty rough opener against the Bengals where they eventually lost. And 28-13, maybe even 30-13. I would bet hard against Vegas for the second week in a row. As I agreed with Bassick, bet the under against the Bucs. And I would bet the Bengals with the points in this one. I wouldn't touch the over-under.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch the over-under. It's a low enough number to where, you get something crazy to happen and all of a sudden you're screwed. So, yeah, I wouldn't touch the over-under either.
All right, so we are all picking for the second straight week the same team, and it's the Cowboys' opponent. Anyone on the truckwreck.com text line have Cooper Rush pulling this out?
Let's see. You guys are forgetting that Burrow turned the ball over 5 times last week because the defense was in his face. Cowboys 7.
But I view this as, when a great player in basketball gets held down or has a horrific night, when they score 13 points, 7 of 23 shooting, they're going to come back and drop 30. That's how I'm viewing Joe Burrow in this one.
Yep. Okay, so here we go. Truck.com text line on the in terms of this. I have Cowboys winning 14-13.
Wow.
Bengals 28-10. Cowboys 17-16. Cincy 35-3.
Ooh.
Cincy 38-17. Cincy 24-zip.
Ooh.
Bengals 31-7. Bengals 27-10. 27-13 Bengals. Cowboys by 3, 16-13. 34-14. Cincy 35-10. Cincy 23-10. Cowboys win 24-17. Bengals 34-9.
Okay. Now look, the Bengals have not fixed their offensive line.
No, they've got problems on the O-line, and you can you could see that. I mean, look, they turned it over 5 times last week, and a lot of that was due to the pressure of Pittsburgh.
And he was sacked 7 times by the Steelers on 60 dropbacks. Now, look, that's against TJ Cameron Hayward, but the Bengals won on just 56% of their pass block attempts. Last year, 49%. Still below league average. So they addressed center. They addressed the right side with La'el Collins, but the left side had a rough day. So they're still trying to get that protection for Joe Burrow. Let's get to the 5 things that you want to see specifically from the boys.
All right, number 1, Cooper Rush downfield. We saw Dak throw one pass that traveled more than 20 yards in the air last week. By the way, I can't believe in the year 2022 of our Lord that I had to have a Twitter argument with a guy over intended air yards versus yards per attempt.
What?
That it was like Cooper Rush averaged 4.5 yards per attempt. Well, no, he didn't. Not through the air. That's completions divided by yards divided by attempts. It doesn't count the air yards. Like, I can't believe I had to have that discussion. But Cooper Rush averaged 11 air yards. 11 intended air yards per pass. Dak averaged 7. That was a big difference. I want to see more of that. I want to see more downfield.
Yeah, Skip Bayless said, that they're in the same discussion, same category. Dak's just like barely a little bit better as Skip continues to be desperate to try to keep the Cowboys in the news. Did y'all talk about Micah explaining why he ditched them yesterday?
Yes, we did. Yep. And we loved it. It was a love-hate. Because, as a talk show, you hate when people ditch you.
Right.
But no, Cooper Rush is not nearly as good as Dak. Let's enough of that stuff. Number 2, don't be run first, but also don't forget to run the ball. They forgot to run the ball, I think, last week.
So they've channeled Jason Garrett's advice a little bit more, where Jason said you got to bang away at the middle, even if it's not that productive. And Tampa Bay afterwards said, we knew that they would bail on the run quick. They weren't going to stay committed to it.
Look, there's an old hockey kind of adage, like just put the puck on net. Sooner or later, good things will happen, right? Just fire the puck at the net. Maybe you get a deflection, whatever. Just keep doing that. Do you really want to do that in football? I don't know that you want to just bang your head against the wall, for the whole time. But Zeke was averaging 5.2 a carry. I'm willing to give that more of a chance. When every second play I get a first down, I mean, I got to put that in the win column. I'm no math guy, but I think that's pretty good. And this O-line is built to run block. Their run block last year was like top 10 in the NFL. Their run block win rate. Their pass block win rate was not good. Number 3, pressure Burrow. They turned over 5 times against Pittsburgh. Joe will throw up one or two on you. He'll throw up a pick or 2. It's the best way to stop is getting in his face, just like Tom Brady. Micah, I need him to blitz on just about every play. Make Joe Burrow see ghosts. He was sacked 51 times last year. 51.
Wow.
So that's number 4. Make Micah, get him on the edge or get him through the A-gap, whatever you want to do, but he needs to be coming at the quarterback on just about every play. And then, number 5, Diggs on Chase. I want to see it.
Well, no, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I do.
No, you don't.
Well, I want to see it.
Why, so you can make fun of Diggs on Monday?
Either one of 2 things happens. He has a game where I'm proven right.
In that,
he's not a shutdown corner. Or he is, I am he, as Michael Irvin would say. And he has an I am he game. And he shuts down Jamar Chase. And he looks at him. And he stands over him. and he says, this is my game. It's my game. Urgh! Does all those little grunts and stuff.
Chase had 10 for 129 and a touchdown against the Steelers, tying the game as the buzzer expired. Everyone knew they were going to him. He still came up big. Dallas secondary gave up 2 completions of at least 20 yards on the first Tampa Bay possession. Mike Evans beat Diggs on a 19-yarder to start the second possession. Bobby Bell gave you that update. T. Higgins questionable with that concussion in the opener. Sounds like he's probably going to play. The Cowboys are going to be missing Jaron Kearse, Connor McGovern, Basham, the thigh injury. Mike McCarthy told us earlier this morning Michael Gallup and Jason Peters are not going to play. And we haven't talked about this 0-2 stat this week. right? Remember that stat, 0-2? Now, things have changed a little bit because we've added 2 playoff teams. We've gone from 12 to 14. Less than 13% of the teams that have qualified for the postseason have done it after starting 0-2. You start 0-2, you have less than a 13% chance of making the playoffs since 1990. But again, it's going to start getting skewed since we added more teams.
Yeah.
Shan and RJ.
I'm with you, but that is absolutely right. We need to figure out exactly how it works with the 17-game schedule. Like, it's not quite panic central yet. It's getting there if you are 0-2. But again, there was a real legitimate chance they go 0-2 anyway.